Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with another network review tonight. I watched in a group watching and In Your House, number 6, Rage in the Cage from 1996. What an awesome show this was. This was a great deal if you were watching for $20 on pay-per-view back in the day. It would have been a great one to go up to mom or dad and say, hey, give me 20 bucks. I'll be out of your hair for about 2 hours. This is a really fun show to watch. For the one part, it's only 2 hours. We started it, and before you knew, it was over. It was over and done with. And honestly, we had fun. There was only, honestly, maybe 2 matches. But there's only one match that I wouldn't really recommend to you to watch. Only one match that I would say skip off. Basically, it started off with a crybaby match, Razor Ramon versus the 1-2-3 Kid. They had a lot of great in the ring action as they always did. They always went out. They always gave you a good show. And basically, anytime you could match up anybody from the Clique, Razor Ramon, Diesel, Triple H, 1-2-3 Kid, Shawn Michaels, it's always going to be magic. The only problem was the going around just basic storyline with the 1-2-3 Kid always crying and whining that Razor always got the best of him was when this match was over, Razor Ramon put a diaper on the 1-2-3 Kid in the middle of the ring and squirted him down with the baby powder and a bottle. Basically, the 1-2-3 Kid, he got up. He threw a really big tantrum and hissy fits, and honestly, when I watch this back, I honestly just feel really bad for the 1-2-3 Kid. This is one of his last matches. I'm pretty damn sure this is Razor's last match because he didn't compete at WrestleMania. This is the last show. This would be like watching, No Way Out or Elimination Chamber today. It's basically the pay-per-view that runs right before WrestleMania. So there are some matches that aren't any real big surprises. Later, more on that later to come. But basically, Razor didn't work WrestleMania, so this was his, see you later, swan song, what you can be. I just heard from listening to the WrestleMania podcast with Goldust and Cody Rhodes that the match that was the Hollywood Backlot Brawl was originally supposed to be Razor Ramon versus Goldust. That was where that angle was heading down to, but basically Razor packed his bags, head down to WCW, and Roddy Piper was the guy who filled in. And it was supposed to be in Miami also, the Miami Brawl. And they just changed locations. Next match, Triple H against Duke the Dumpster Droese. I always had the joke of it's hard to believe that Triple H in this gimmick always had matches where Duke the Dumpster Droese or maybe Phineas Godwin got the best of him, and this guy would later on become a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. Really hard to believe. Nothing really much in this match. It is what it is. If you can sit through Duke the Dumpster Droese, it's a good match, but if he's not your guy, just go ahead and skip it. Almost 10-minute match, too, pretty long. Yokozuna defeated the British Bulldog in the next match. Nothing really big and spectacular here. It was Yokozuna's face turn. Basically, he got beat down by the British Bulldog. Jim Cornette. Who else came down in there? The damn lawyer, dude. I forgot his name, but I called him out. Clarence Mason was down there. Vader was in there squashing him. Yoko, when he turned babyface, he didn't last that long. So he's kind of, it's not really big. It's a 5-minute match between two really big dudes. But basically, if you skip this, it's no big deal. In the next match, Shawn Michaels had won the Royal Rumble, the pay-per-view previous to this, but because they brought up the angle of when he collapsed on Monday Night Raw in the match against Owen Hart, Shawn Michaels wanted one chance against Owen Hart to prove that he was the better man, because Owen Hart, the whole time that Shawn was down, was basically going around claiming that, he was the man that put Shawn Michaels out of business. And Shawn came back. His comeback match was at the Royal Rumble. He won that match, and that guaranteed him a shot at WrestleMania 12. But in order to fight Owen Hart, he put the shot on the line. It was a singles match to be the #1 contender for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 12. And so you pretty much know, Shawn's going to get the win. And from watching this back, it's pretty obvious that Shawn's going to get the win at WrestleMania 12 as well. With, Shawn came out, he was up on the roof dancing around before the match, and then he came down, they shot off a whole bunch of pyro before his match even started. Once he won the match, he got a celebration that you think would be the end of the pay-per-view for most of the time from here on out. With basically, more pyro going off and him, carrying a little kid around the ring and, all this, that, and the other. Shawn and Owen put on a damn good wrestling match. Not really one to write down in a book saying it was like one of the greatest matches ever, but it kept you entertained for the 15-minute match that it was going down. And the one match that everybody paid for was the WWF Championship match. There was a lot on the line for this one. Bret the Hitman Hart, the champion, going in against Diesel. In the previous pay-per-view, if you go back to that one, it was Diesel, who came in and interfered in the Undertaker's match, making sure the Undertaker wouldn't win the WWF Championship. So in this one, Bret and Diesel battled around in the old blue cage. Although the blue cages, though you don't have the best view into the ring to see what's going on inside the match, really, really fun stuff that's going down. Bret and Diesel, they worked really, really well together. It's not this match, but Diesel does credit Bret Hart as giving him one of the best matches that he ever had in his career. I wish I could tell you which one that is off the top of my head, but I honestly just don't remember right now. But basically, there's a spot in this match where they're wrestling around on the ground. Diesel's trying to pull his way out of the door in order to become the champion, and he's able to kick Bret off him where he has the clean shot to pull himself out the door to get the win. And at that time, basically the Undertaker comes up from underneath the ring, and he swallows Diesel and pulls him down underneath the ring. It's a really, really cool spot, and how they did it, I don't know if they just... Undertaker was under there for the whole match, and he just sort of moved the boards away so he could have a clear shot at, cutting his ring way through the mat and pulling himself up. Or if maybe there was a spot in the ring that they told the wrestlers, make sure you do not take a bump right here or you're going to go all the way through. Not 100% sure. They could have had time because it took them a long damn time to put up the cage during it. But basically, because Undertaker swallowed Diesel up, Bret Hart was able to climb over the top. He was able to defend his championship, which he would go on to defend at WrestleMania 12 against Shawn Michaels. Of course, everybody knows the Iron Man match stipulation. Because of this, basically, they have a program of Undertaker versus Diesel at WrestleMania. Of course, this is when he puts Kevin Nash on his list as one of the guys he beat during the big undefeated WrestleMania streak. That, of course, would be Diesel, Kevin Nash's last match before leaving for WCW as well. So you can see that there was a lot on the line in this In Your House. I definitely recommend this as one you want to go watch. Rage in the Cage. This is going to be go down as the February 18th, 1996 In Your House pay-per-view on the WWE Network. Check it out.